Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we decided to do a little bit of a Christmas vlog and just build a gingerbread house, but also share a little bit of our traditional Christmas things, I guess, like just based on like our culture. So for anybody that doesn't know, I'm Colombian. I was born and raised in Colombia, and Chris is from Poland.
Born and raised?
Almost. He did move to the States when he was younger, but yeah, so we have different ways of celebrating Christmas, especially like compared to the US. So we just wanted to share a little bit more about our culture and the way that we celebrate Christmas while we build a gingerbread house. So we got this kit at Target. It is a classic house and it comes with like all the little candy and everything. And so we're just gonna put it together.
Making our Christmas memories.
Building gingerbread houses was actually never part of my like Christmas traditions. This is definitely an American thing, but for us in Colombia, we do something called the novena, which I guess just translates to ninth because it is the 9 days before Christmas. You get together and you go to like a friend's house or like a family member's house. You usually alternate every night, and you just pray. You eat some food, like Colombian holiday food, which is really, really good. I'm biased, but it is really good. And then, you can have a drink or two, but yeah, it's really fun because you're always doing something. Like pretty much the entire month of December you're doing something. It starts on December 7th. There's something called I guess Candle Day is what I would translate to, and that's pretty much what kicks off the holiday season in Colombia. So from December 7th all the way through actually like January 6th we're celebrating some stuff. So it's pretty festive, pretty fun, and definitely very different.
Man, I mean, I don't remember much. I was like 7 years old when I moved here, but it's something I guess part of something off of your culture. Probably 2 weeks before the actual Christmas day, you do celebrate different days of praying, being with family. During that time, no one really works. It's just like a national holiday the whole time. Pretty much December becomes just the holiday month, so barely any work gets done, but it's the same thing. You pray a lot, you spend a lot of time with family. It's all family based. I mean, and same thing, you eat, you hang out, you bake a lot actually, different things with family members. I mean, what else do you do? What do you do on Christmas Eve?
Well, we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. Like the 24th is actually the day when we get together with our family and we eat, and most of the time we stay up until midnight, and that's when we would open presents. So I do remember that normally we would go to my grandma's house, and then my dad at one point would just sneak out and act like Santa Claus and just put the gifts under a tree. So by the time that we came back home, it was already pretty much midnight and the gifts would already be under the tree. I don't think I realized that my dad was sneaking out until I don't know, I was definitely older at that point, but for the longest time I didn't even realize, because normally my cousins and I would just end up taking a nap, and my parents wouldn't wake me up until we had to leave, and at that point my dad had already gone to the house and put everything there under the tree, and then we came back home and the gifts were there. We would just open them, and then on the 25th I would go to my other grandma's house and we would have lunch. So the 24th is really the biggest day for us. We call it Noche Buena, which is just Christmas Eve, which I mean it directly translates to a good night or a good evening type of thing. And you just get together with family. That's when you eat, that's when you really celebrate Christmas. And then the next day is just brunch type of thing, or really just a late lunch, and you still hang out, but really I think the main day is the 24th.
It's the same thing for us. You pretty much celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. That's when you get with family. We call it Vigilia, which is Christmas Eve. I guess you could call it the Last Supper. The typical thing is you have 12 dishes like you would have at the Last Supper, and we do not eat meat on Christmas Eve. So everything is without meat. So we'll have pierogies, stuffed cabbages, potatoes, and fish. There's a lot of different courses. I can't remember all of them, but yeah. Same thing. You open your presents on Christmas Eve. You hang out with family. Usually you do split it. You'll hang out on Christmas Eve, you go with one family, and on Christmas Day you hang out with the other side of the family.
We don't call Santa the person that brings us the gift. We actually call it El Niño Dios, which would mean baby God, I guess, or child God, I guess it's what it directly translates to, but that is who brings the present. So instead of us writing letters to Santa, we write letters to Niño Dios, and that's who supposedly delivers our gifts.
We do a lot of caroling, Christmas carols. But that's during the whole period of like, it's not just Christmas Day. That's like pretty much the whole month of December. And then in the Polish culture, we end the holidays or Christmas on, I think it's January 7th, the Three Kings
well,
Day.
January 6th is the Three Kings Day.
Yeah, on the Three Kings
and
Day.
that's why like our holidays pretty much starts on December 7th with like the candle thing, and then through January 6th, which is the Three Kings Day. We call it, like in Spanish, we call it Dia de los Reyes Magos, and then you basically get like an additional gift. This time it's just like one gift, and it's usually like a small thing, but you still get a gift. So it's just kind of like the Three Kings bring something, and they bring you something.
Exactly, it's the same thing. And then we, on Three Kings Day, I know we do a lot of Christmas caroling, like to wrap up the holiday day, and yeah.
Yeah, I think we do Christmas caroling when we do like the novenas, like the 9 days before Christmas. That's when you get together and you sing and like the Christmas carols and stuff. But that's pretty much it. I don't think you go around and do any sort of caroling. I also like grew up in like one of the major cities, so it's not that common for you to like go out and do this kind of things. Like there's obviously a lot of traffic, a lot of people, a lot of things. So just for safety and stuff, you don't really go around and do that.
No, we did. I mean, I grew up in the rural area, so like everyone knew everyone, so everyone knew who you were. But you would go door to door, you would sing. I mean, people would bring instruments. It's like it's a whole thing. Did your parents ever? It was usually my grandparents and my aunts. When I was a little kid, they would always tell me that like on Christmas Eve, the animals would talk, and that was like fascinating to me. Did your parents ever tell you that?
I don't think so.
It was like at midnight. At midnight, I think like when I guess Jesus was born, like the animals would talk, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta hear it. Like I gotta hear the animals talk. Obviously.
Well, you also grew up with like animals, like where you lived.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up like on a farm, like a rural area, but yeah, like.
I did. I was in the city, so the only thing that would talk is like a dog, I guess, or like a cat. So not really.
No, they would say like animals were talking, like believed it for the longest time. Maybe they do, who knows?
We gotta ask Holly and Milo. No, I don't think so. I feel like I'm forgetting something. My parents are gonna watch this and be like, "You totally forgot this," but I don't know.
Oh, we also on Christmas Eve when we have like the dinner with everyone. We have it's called an apuatek. I don't know what you call it in English. It's the little like waffle. I guess it's a waffle.
Oh, but like when you do a communion.
Like yeah, when you do the communion, it's like it's like a waffle, I guess. But we call it an apuatek, and we go around to everyone and we tell each other like I guess wishes for like the new year for like since God was born, Jesus was born, so we just go around and we give a little piece to everyone, so it's like a little piece of I don't know like.
Yeah, a good wish?
Yeah, like a good wish. Yeah, so you go around and you wish everyone pretty much like happy holidays. It's a way of just kind of speaking to everyone. You guys eat a lot of those Colombian pastries. Those are awesome.
We do eat a lot of good food, throughout the whole year, but yeah, definitely around the holiday season, we eat a lot of good food. We have like traditional Colombian food. Yeah, buñuelos they're like this like cheese ball-ish thing. It's like
it's delicious.
It's literally like a ball, but it's like
bread and cheese in a ball that's like I guess deep fried.
It is deep fried, and it is very it is thick, so it is one of those things where like you get full pretty easily from it.
Filling.
But that's definitely like a traditional thing. Okay, you want to keep going?
All right, yeah.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, 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 oh, oh.
Okay, the house has been a bit of a mess, but we're I think making some progress, and it's time to decorate.
Yes, it is.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to...
My decor. Ollie, the decor's not staying.
I don't know what's going on with this thing.
The irony is that last year, I was kind of like, oh, I think our gingerbread house was a bit of a failure because it was not looking very pretty. So I labeled the video as a gingerbread house fail, but I think this year is legit a gingerbread house fail. This, like, icing is not...
Like the roof is falling off.
Yeah, the roof is falling apart.
And it's been like 20 minutes. Let this thing dry.
It's been longer than that. Bottom line is this might actually be a gingerbread house fail. Because I don't know how we're going to be able to, like, finish this. The house is literally falling apart.
We're bad contractors.
Okay, I'm normally not a quitter. This battery's about to die. But I think that this house is going to die too. So, with that being said, be back soon. Okay, this house is literally an absolute disaster. I just changed the battery, but I really don't think that this is going to happen. It's literally falling apart. Like, the roof will only stay if we keep this thing, which, what the heck. So, bottom line is this Wonder Shop at Target gingerbread house, the classic house, is not working out for us. So, Maybe we'll try again tomorrow, I'm not entirely sure, but for now, I literally do feel like this has been a gingerbread house fail. This time it is not me thinking that we did a bad job decorating, it is literally just not staying, so...
I mean, I might just run out and get a new one of these, because I think this is a problem.
Yeah, I think the icing is just like not sticking, because that's literally just like the issue, like nothing is like staying together, and we've covered already so much icing because we're just trying so hard, but it's just not happening. And I don't want to leave the house with just this, but this is the only thing that's keeping it together.
And yes, we let this dry already for at least 30 minutes, so we took it off, and then the roof slid off.
Yeah, so with that being said, I hope you at least learned a little bit more about our culture and Christmas in Colombia and in Poland, because that's pretty much the only thing that wasn't a failure here. Not to be negative or anything, but you know, I mean, at least it was fun, and if anything, we can just eat whatever's there. So maybe this won't be like a gingerbread house decor, it might just be like an actual dessert gingerbread house.
The candy's good.
That's the bright side. Anyway, if you have any recommendations on how to build a good gingerbread house, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If you've also had a gingerbread house fail, also feel free to comment that so that we can bond over that.
Make us feel better, guys. Come on.
But if you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.